which was all horse crap, by the way. There were some white supremacists complaining about the 4 years, complaining, oh, that wasn't enough, dude. That was too much. He should have never even been in there in the first place. Let's be real. He shouldn't have been in there in the first place. When you look at the facts of this case, let's be real.
Oh, shit.
There are no victims in this case. That man is in jail. He's going to probably do 2 years, or probably a year. He's done 14 months already.
Damn.
So that's going to be time served. They gave him 4 years, 2 months, I think. He'll do half of that with the 14 months, so he might be out by next year. And on top of that, Trump might pardon him. Trump might pull a whammy-bammy and pardon him.
I doubt
which
that.
Which is a high probability, which he should. That would be good.
I doubt Trump
shouldn't be in there. When you look at the technicalities of this case, ladies and gentlemen, there are no victims in what Diddy was convicted of. No victims. Cassie's not a victim because this wasn't a domestic violence case. Understand? Remember, they keep showing the video of him stomping down on her in the hotel, but that wasn't charged for that.
Damn, mama thick.
I'm talking about the technicalities of this case. They didn't charge him for that. They put him on this RICO that he was found innocent of, and then they got him on because they kept trying to get a sex trafficking thing. It was very important to get a sex trafficking. So the only thing they got was him tricking off with the male escort dudes. That's a victimless crime. Those dudes aren't victims. You understand? Who's the victim? Cassie is not the victim in what was convicted of, what he was convicted of. So again, this case was about making an example. This is basically like a humiliation ritual. And you know, they had Diddy all in court crying and groveling, and y'all saw the artist's renderings of what he looked like, just crying and just all on the floor. Listen, we better understand racial politics. Part of white supremacy is about targeting high-profile black figures. See, the system of white supremacy, they like to make examples out of wealthy, high-profile black people. And really right now, white supremacy, they've been needing a win for a minute. White supremacy needs a win.
Right.
They've been taking a lot of L's.
A lot of
So they need a win. And the big win is when they can get a high-profile black person and break them down. You get them in that court system, boy, you're going to really run roughshod with the rules, but you're going to find out all these little secret rules and policies.
Right. They done came up with.
There was something in the court where the judge was like, they could all of the things that Diddy was found innocent of, you can still consider that in the sentencing. It was they were dusting off the whole different playbook.
It's however they want to do it. All that bullshit they come up with about the rules. It's all
got a whole different playbook.
However these crackers want to play.
But the thing is, white supremacy is about, prosecuting and humiliating somebody like Diddy, and that sends a message to the everyday black people. No matter how rich or successful you are, you can be broken down. This was like a buck-breaking ritual, ladies and gentlemen. They were humiliating him. The spectacle of Diddy crying in court, it's not just about punishment. This is like buck breaking. This is what they would do.
New age buck breaking.
They would get the big black person on the plantation and do things to him in front of everybody else, break him down.
And he's a big black buck.
To let everybody else get the message. That was a ritual humiliation thing.
Diddy fucked around, became a billionaire black man.
White supremacy, they love reducing, quote, powerful black men into positions of begging for mercy. So you got to reinforce that racial hierarchy before the public eye.
Right.
And then they show this old two-tier sentencing thing.
What's that?
No, because white people, we've seen cases of white people out here straight just doing all types of stuff to different kids. I'm talking about high-profile white people, and they're getting slaps on the wrist or probation. We're seeing this thing left and right. I mean, they're literally running up in kids, doing the most egregious things imaginable. Diddy was up here just tricking off money with his little freaky broad, or a couple of his freaky broads.
That's what white folks do.
Who's known in the industry for being passed around. Yeah. He's up here. You locked up in jail for years over some pass arounds. And these white men out here doing stuff to all types of babies and kids and getting probation, house arrest. Yeah. So yeah, they're sending a message with that 2-tier justice system. A white celebrity for what Diddy did,
they'd have been home.
You'd get probation at the most. You would never see them get a 4-year sentence or they'll get a suspended sentence. You wouldn't see this.
They'd have been home by now. They'd have been home chilling
Just
by now.
Tricking your money off with a little freaky broad.
They would have been home chilling by now.
Yeah.
They would have been home
there's that
chilling.
groveling standard. See, black defendants. See, you're not just expected to defend yourself legally. So you got to get out here and grovel. Cry, beg for validation from the court.
They love to see us in a weak position.
You know, they really want to have black men and black people display weakness as a condition for mercy. And then they like to weaponize all these little technicalities. See, when white people, when they commit crimes, see, the prosecutors, they find loopholes or they find some kind of mitigating circumstance to lessen the punishment. With black defendants, boy, those technicalities, those are flipped into weapons so they can guarantee the harshest outcome, I'm sorry. And the thing is, with wealth, this thing was about messing with Diddy's money.
Right. That was the main goal.
Which they weren't really successful at like they wanted to. They wanted to go ahead and just confiscate all of his assets. Because if they got a RICO on him, they could have, if they would have got that RICO conviction, I talked about that before, those assets would have been it would have been a grab bag.
Oh yeah, they really wanted that money.
They would have seized everything.
They really wanted his money.
So they're mad because they couldn't do that.
They really wanted them billions.
They're very upset that they couldn't do that. They would have stripped away them resources.
And he would have went to prison.
So they're still trying to do it in different ways.
They would have got that, and they would have got all. They really want to get all this money, seize his homes and all that. He got a house in Miami. He got a deluxe condo in New York. He has a house out here in LA. They would have wanted to take all those millions of dollars of property, and they would have took all his money. And in the end, he would have got longer time. He probably would have got 10 to 15 years. So it would have been a win-win. It could have destroyed a black man and got all his resources. That's what they
look for ways to criminalize them. They keep tying them up in different lawsuits, and that's another thing. They keep talking about, well, Diddy's not out of hot water. Diddy still has dozens of civil lawsuits against him from other accusers. You know, I don't like when they do that because they're not putting it in context. They're not putting it in context.
Of course they ain't gonna put it in context.
They ain't telling you that most of those lawsuits, damn near all of them, from one dude, that Tony damn Busby dude. Yeah, it's one dude. So it's not a whole bunch of people out here. It's this one ambulance chasing ass lawyer going out here finding anybody to say that they got sexually assaulted or whatever. It's one damn janky, shady lawyer. Put it in the right context. See, the media goes along with the whole narrative. You know, like I said about white supremacy, it's about white supremacy is maintained through collective lying and collective deception. They all get together and lie and deceive with each other.
Right.
You see?
That's why they make
because see, this is all based on
That's why they make such good actors. Oh my God, that performance, that lie was perfect. I believed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they reward each other for being good actors, because that's all acting is lying. You're falsifying yourself to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Hit the thumbs up button.
Of guilt and the presumption of innocence when it comes to black and white. See, the whites, there's an innocent myth. Courts operate on the myth that white people are inherently redeemable. While black people are inherently suspect.
Right.
That's why a white offender, when they do egregious sex acts or whatever, or anything, not even a sex act, a murder, well, they just made a mistake. Y'all remember the white woman I was debating last week when we were talking about the man who shot Charlie Kirk. She was like, well, he didn't know no better. He was a baby. He's a child.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know any better.
They don't know any better.
They
Yep.
make excuses for all the things they do.
He was just a young baby. He was just a
Now, if
baby.
this was a white dude in this case, they'd be making all types of excuses
Oh,
for
did
him.
he?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
People make mistakes, son. You know,
All he
hopefully
did was
you've
buy
learned your
some
lesson,
sex.
and we're going to let you back out here, and
All he did was
just
fuck.
don't do that again. And,
Yeah, right.
you know, we see the good in you. And while black offenders, you're cast as a danger to society. That's what the judge was talking about.
They was doing it with Diddy.
Diddy. He was talking about how, oh, Diddy's a threat. Oh,
Yeah, they were
based on your past actions, you are a threat. So
To
I
society,
gotta,
yeah.
oh, we gotta keep you in there. We gotta keep
hold
you
your
in
bond.
jail.
Yeah, they suspended his bond. He was a menace. They said he was a menace. I mean, they said he was a menace to society for being a freak, for buying some pussy probably between his freaky broad. He was a menace. They actually said that on the news. He was a menace to society. These crackers is crazy.
You see? So this is about sending a message to the masses. It wasn't just about punishing Diddy. It was about warning other black celebrities and moguls. See, the system says basically if you step out of line, oh, we'll drag you down publicly. Oh, we're going to let you know who's running things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And this is all about preserving white supremacy's legitimacy. See, the spectacle of harshly sentencing a black celebrity, that maintains the illusion that the system is fair and tough on crime. The reality is white criminals are quietly shielded from punishment, while black defendants are sacrificed for optics. You'll never see nothing like this with no white defendant, especially a white celebrity defendant. You don't see this at all. And my thing is that tethered judge, that East Indian tethered judge, all he was showing out. Oh, that judge was showing out, and he's been on the bullshit from day one. Diddy he should have had bail. He didn't give Diddy bail.
Right.
This judge he was bending over for the prosecution. See, look, y'all got to understand these old melanated model minorities, quote unquote. You got to understand they know what the path to acceptance is.
Right.
These people covet white acceptance.
He Indian too.
White acceptance is the most valuable thing ever to some of these people.
One of them Gandhi motherfuckers.
So these non-melanated immigrants, or these melanated immigrants, I'm sorry, they learn that the quickest way to gain acceptance into white society is to prove that you're not like black people, and you demonstrate that through harsh rulings and anti-black rhetoric, and distancing yourself from black struggles.
Myron Gaines.
And then what they do, they start overcompensating for white validation.
Hey, motherfucker.
Because listen, these melanated tethers, they know they'll never be fully accepted as white.
Nope.
They know that.
Indian men kiss
what
white
they
people.
have to do, they have to overcompensate.
Let me tell you something about Indian
going out of
motherfuckers.
their way
Them Indian motherfuckers kiss white people ass. Them some white ass kissing motherfuckers, them Indian people. Them 7-Eleven people, they will kiss a cracker ass. I didn't see them do it. That shit it's embarrassing.
enforce anti-black policies harsher than white judges.